it and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really what it like fire. Yeah. Right, rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Oh, tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time.
Strap it and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really what it like fire. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Oh, tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show
clean up the 3 right up 8.
Strap in and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. We'll need bloody blood fire. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Oh, tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time.
And welcome back here to Right Rear Racing as we bring you the Small Car Shootout presented by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. This is one of their special events and that they have monthly. Had to reschedule it due to the Super Bowl, and we're out here tonight getting this track broke in for your practice session here tonight. Try to get it racing where we have a bottom line and a top line here. As you see, that's going to be Mitch in the 69 and the 48. That's going to be Dylan Blackburn, both running side by side, trying to get this track where it has multiple grooves here. Looks like we're going to have 7 drivers here tonight, and we'll have a 30-lap main event. We'll have our heat races, then another warm-up session, plus the 30 laps. With the heat races are going to be 8 laps here tonight. As we have roughly 4 minutes left of the practice session. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and get notified when we go live here on Right Rear Racing. We will be live again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for the week 4 of February 358 Modifieds. Again, that's going to be a hosted race. You can join in and race that race if you're interested. It's going to be hosted by the Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. If you're interested in next month's special event, that's going to be the Truckers Tangle, running the Pro 4 trucks, or I'm sorry, the Pro 2 trucks. I can't remember what track it is, Lima, and you can sign up at tfgracing.com. I know I'm going to be racing in that event as well, and try to get you a POV style race there from my view there. And go over the drivers here tonight. We do have Carson Cherry in his 226, Dylan Blackburn in the 48, Tanner Blue is in that Napa 141, the 2W of AJ Williamson, Joseph Groom in the 11 machine here, Jack Saraton, he's going to be in the pit side right now. He's going to be running the number 6 machine as we try to take a look at him there in the 6 machine, and the 69 of Mitch. Those are our 7 drivers currently, with Carson Cherry being your quickest driver so far for your hot lap session. And Carson has laid down a 1465 with Dylan Blackburn and both Tanner Blue running a 1470. We're going to go straight into the heat races. There's no qualifying. It's going to be a random heat race. And just for this week's schedule for Right Rear Racing, I already brought up the February conclusion. That's going to be live right here on Right Rear Racing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we're going to go with Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League starting at 7:30 Central Standard Time as they go to the Chili Bowl. And then on Thursday we start the opener of your Gator Nationals with Dirt Series. You can catch all that action right here on Right Rear Racing. As we hit the last minute of the practice session, these drivers are going to do the final adjustments that they need before they start their heat race action here tonight. Dylan Blackburn is right there. AJ Williamson in that 2W. He's going to be moving up to the second quickest time there with a 1466. Again, these drivers are just trying to get this track broken in to get both sides, or top and bottom, worked in with the last 20 seconds of your practice session here tonight. And from the start of the practice session to now, I can say the track has probably moved up just a little bit, as we do have a somewhat of a middle groove there, but not much there through the turns as we watch Mitch here. As I believe it's still going to be bottom again. This heat race. And that's going to conclude your practice session. We're going to go into your heat race action here tonight. Again, it's going to be a randomized heat race. We're going to have all 7 drivers in here. And starting on the pole is going to be AJ Williamson in the 2W. On his outside is going to be the 226 of Carson Cherry. Inside row number 2 has Joseph Groom in his 11 machine with Jack Seriton in the 6 on his outside. Row number 3 has Tanner Blue in the 144 or 141 on the inside with Dylan Blackburn in his 48 on the outside of row number 3. And then Mitch Menard in that 69 machine will round out the field here for heat race number 1 action. As the field sets underway here, beginning their first pace lap next time around, should be getting the rolled up green flag. The field is going to be led by the 2W and the 226. As they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Coming off turn 4 there, getting the road up green flag. We're set to go on the way next time around. Again, the field is going to be led by AJ Williamson and that 2W on the inside with the 226 of Carson Cherry on his outside. As the field makes their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3, they're going to be waiting for that green flag to wave before they hit that loud pub and get us underway here. Work their way through 3 and 4. You see that pace truck dive off into the infield. As they come off turn 4, the green flag's waving, and we're underway for heat race number 1 action. They're going to be side by side going down the front straightaway into turn number 1. AJ Williamson is going to get that bottom side work. He's going to slide up there in front of the 226 of Carson Cherry. Lead us down the back straightaway. Here comes the 226 looking down low going into turn number 3. As they work their way off turn number 4, we're going to be side by side, still battling out for the lead, and give it to AJ Williamson there just slightly as 226 of Carson Cherry leads us into turn number 1. The 2W is going to look down low on the back straightaway in turn number 3. As these two are going to slide, we do have contact between Carson Cherry and the 2W of AJ Williamson here, as these two have been sliding and dicing all throughout this race so far. As the 2W's trying to roll in the 226 of Carson Cherry, they're going to be side by side coming through 3 and 4. As they work their way up to turn number 4, the 2W AJ Williamson is going to have the lead, as we do have 3 laps into the books here. As they're still side by side going to turn number 1, the 2W is going to slide up slightly and make contact with Carson Cherry. As they work their way down the back straightaway, Carson Cherry is going to look down low as they work their way through 3 and 4. As these two are battling out, the 48 and the 11 are catching them as they cross the flag stand. We are halfway through with heat race number 1 action. The 226 of Carson Cherry is getting that bottom side going, and 1 and 2 trying to get that bottom side going, and going to hit that inside berm. That's going to allow AJ Williamson and that 2 Whiskey to take off with the lead here, with Dylan Blackburn in the 48 trying to roll him in now with Joseph Groom in 3rd with that 11 machine as they're working their way through 3 and 4 here. Coming off turn number 4, AJ Williamson is going to be getting the white flag with 1 lap remaining here. I'm sorry, we're just got the popsicle sticks with 2 laps remaining. As Dylan Blackburn tries to reel in the 2 Whiskey of AJ Williamson as they come off turn 4. We're getting the white flag this time as it's still AJ Williamson. Here comes the 48 looking down low going into turn number 1. As they come off turn number 2, we're going to be battling out for the lead down the back straightaway with the 48. Dylan Blackburn's going to look down low going into turn number 3. As they work their way through 3 and 4, they're going to be side by side down the front straightaway and give the win to the 2W of AJ Williamson. And Dylan Blackburn in the 48 is going to finish 2nd, moving up 4 spots. And Joseph Groom in the 11 machine is going to round out your top 3. Mitch Menard in that 69 is going to be 4th. Tanner Blue in the 141 is going to round out your top 5. Jack Seriton and Carson Cherry. And thanks again for liking the stream. Again, there's your results there. It's going to be AJ Williamson in the 2W, Dylan Blackburn in the 48 second, Joseph Groom in third in the 11 machine, Mitch Menard in the 69 machine in fourth. In fifth, we have Tanner Blue in the 141. Jack Saraton in the 6 machine finishes in sixth, and Carson Cherry, who hit that inside berm there in 3 and 4, has rounded off the field here in position number 7. And these drivers are going to have about a 3-minute warm-up session here to get us going for our 30-lap main event. And again, we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers after this race is over with. So please stand by and hear what your drivers have to say about the track conditions here tonight. As we go on board with Mitch Menard in that 69 machine, trying to take a look at how this track looks out here tonight. And here is AJ Williamson in that 2W, as you see how close he gets up to that outside wall there down the straightaways. Trying to get that top side going, it looks like. Trying to break it in just a little bit. Taking a look at from his right rear there, as you see how close he's going to get to the outside wall. We have 1 more minute left of your warm-up here before we start our 30-lap main event here at Huset's for your small car shootout.
Strap in and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really want it like that. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, bleeding showtime. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's showtime.
And your starting lineup for your 30-lap main event here for your small car shootout at Huset Speedway is going to have AJ Williamson in the 2W on the pole, with the 48 of Dylan Blackburn on his outside. Row number 2 has Joseph Groom in his 11 machine, with the 69 of Mitch Menard on his outside. Row number 3 has Tanner Blue in the 141 on the inside, with Jack Saraton in the 6 on his outside, and rounding out the field is going to be the 226 of Carson Cherry. Again, the first start is going to be on green, and then after that, if we do have any cautions, it will be on the leader, as long as they are in turn number 4. As the field works their way off turn 4, now we're going to get the rolled up green flag as we're set to go underway next time around for 30 laps here tonight for your small car shootout. Again, if you're interested in next month's special event, that's going to be the Truckers Tangle, and that's going to happen on March 22nd. You can go to tfgracing.com and register today, as the pace truck does pull off there AJ Williamson in the 2W is going to be leading the field through 3 and 4 here as they work their way off turn 4. Should be getting a green flag. And the green flag's waving as the 2W is going to start us off. Dylan Blackburn is going to get a good run there on the outside. Here comes the 2W of AJ Williamson. He's getting that bottom side groove going as he's working his way down the back straightaway. Here comes the 48 of Dylan Blackburn looking down low as we're going to have a battle for the lead on lap number 1 here. The 48 of Dylan Blackburn is going to take the lead. AJ Williamson in the 2W is going to work outside. He's going to diamond off the turn, and he's going to work that bottom and get a good rocket shot out of the 2 as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As they come off turn number 4, the 2W of AJ Williamson is going to maintain the lead. Dylan Blackburn is going to look down low as they go into turn number 1 and try to maintain that bottom side as the 2W is pushing up high, and they're going to be right there nose to tail as they go into turn number 3. Mitch Menard, he's in that 69 machine. He's holding on to the 3rd position as Joseph Groom in the 11 machine is trying to battle it out there with Mitch Menard. We're going to go back up to the front as the 48 Dylan Blackburn is looking down low, coming off turn 2, down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, it's still going to be the 2W of AJ Williamson maintaining the lead. And starting in the back of the field, it was Carson Cherry in that 226. He's moved up to your 5th position, getting that bottom side going. He's trying to look for that 4th position here as they work their way off turn number 2. Going to go back up to the front as I just seen Dylan Blackburn make the pass on AJ Williamson here. And we do have contact between Groom and Cherry. And we're going to go back and take another look at what happened there as these drivers are racing with each other all around the track here. We're looking at the 226 of Carson Cherry, and we're going to go take another. We're going to take a different look at here as the 226 working up bottom side, and Joseph Groom is right there in the slick and just lost traction there and came down onto Carson Cherry. That's what brought out the caution there. And that's just first 5 laps of tonight's racing action. You've seen it was hard to keep up with everyone as they're all racing around. Dylan Blackburn in that 48 machine, he's going to be in the lead with AJ Williamson in the 2W and 2nd. The 69 of Mitch Menard, he's going to be in 3rd. Jack Seriton in the 6th machine, he's going to be 4th. Tanner Blue in the 141 is going to be rounding out your top 5. Carson Cherry and Joseph Vroom both had to go into the pits and get a repair and come back out of the track as they tag the back of the field here. And this time around, off 4, they're getting rolled up green flag. It's going to be Dylan Blackburn on the inside and AJ Williamson on the outside as they double it up here for a double file restart. And that ticker should fix itself after we go green, as always on right rear racing. I should just go ahead and take it off, but during caution flags. But here we go into turn number 3, waiting on the 48 of Dylan Blackburn to hit that loud button. And Dylan's going to get a good jump here and take off here off of turn 4 and get us back underway. AJ Williamson, he's going to try to run that middle groove. Here comes Mitch Menard. He slid up just a little bit and tapped the brakes so that way he didn't make contact with the 2W as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Dylan Blackburn's running the top side through 3 and 4 with the 2W of AJ Williamson running the bottom side. And they're going to change up their positions there on the track through 3 and 4. As they're both running opposite tracks, or opposite sides of the track, as the 2W of AJ Williamson is getting a good run. He's got a good run right before. He's going to go back to the bottom side there in 3 and 4. Mitch Menard, he's going to be pushing up high. Here comes the 6 of Jack Seriton. He's going to look down low going into turn number 3. That's going to be your battle for 3rd on the screen between the 6 and the 69. The 6 got a little bit loose there, and we do have a caution flag that comes out that follows that one. We're going to go back and take another look at Jack in that 6 machine once again. As you see them coming off turn 2 here, working that bottom side, goes down, tries to not make contact with the 69, and just hits that inside berm just a little bit with the spins it around. And Dylan Blackburn got a good restart there and jumped out to the front. In that 48 machine, AJ Williams, and that 2W in second still, Mitch Menard, and that 69 machine is in third. Carson Cherry had to come back from the back of the field once again. He's moved up 3 spots. He's going to be sitting in fourth. Tanner Blue in that Napa car, the 141, he's sitting in, rounds out your top 5. Joseph Broom, the 11, is in 6th, and Jack rounds out the field. And this time around, they're getting the rolled up green flag as we're set to go underway. Next time around, the field is going to be led by Dylan Blackburn. We're going to double up once again here. As they work their way down the back straightaway, the pace truck's going to dive off as they go to turn number 3. Starts on the 48. Dylan Blackburn's hitting that live pedal and getting us back underway. He's going to get a good jump. We're going to go back to the 2W. That's going to be AJ Williamson. He's trying to get that top side going. He got contact from the 226 of Carson Cherry there. We're going to take another look at it from a different angle. As they go to the restart here, as you can see, Dylan Blackburn in that 48 machine gets a good jump. They come off turn 4. It's like the 2W kind of got in that slicked off part coming through the turn, and Carson Cherry comes up there and hits him in the left rear and gets him loose, and that's what brings out the caution. And we're going to have another restart here with Dylan Blackburn, AJ Williamson, Mitch Menard, Tanner Blue, Jack Seriton, Joseph Broom, and Carson Cherry. And the field just received the rolled up green flag. We're going to go green next time around as we are still double file restarts here. Working our way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The pace truck does pull off. Again, the 48 of Dylan Blackburn can hit that gas pedal at any point through in the middle of 3 or 4 here. He's going to hit that loud pedal and get us back underway for your 30-lap main event. And the 6th machine, Jack Seriton, is going to looper there on this restart as the 48 of Dylan Blackburn. He's going to still maintain the lead. AJ Williamson's in second. He's going to go look down low, going into turn number 3. As he's working the bottom side through 3 and 4, we're going to look to go side by side. Dylan Blackburn had a better jump off of the turn. Going through 1 and 2 there, still on the bottom. We're going to go back to Mitch Menard in that 69 machine. He's working that top side, trying to reel these 2 in as they work their way down the back, or down through 3 and 4. You see Carson Cherry working his way back through there again as he's working the bottom side. He's looking for a 2-1 special here in 1 and 2. He's going to be side by side with Mitch as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 226 of Carson Cherry is still running that bottom side. He's moved up into your 3rd spot here as we do near the halfway part of this race. And one to watch out for will probably be the 226 as he's made his way from the back of the field back up here multiple times. We're going to go back up to the front as AJ Williamson in that 2W. He's still working that bottom side, trying to reel in Dylan Blackburn once again as we will hit the halfway point next time around, and we do have a caution flag. We're going to take another look at to see what happened there as we go along with the number 11 of Joseph Broom. As they come off turn 4 down the front straightaway, Broom is going to go down low there and just hits that slick and spins her around. And that's what brought out the caution there. Field just received the rolled up green flag. Kind of got lost there as we do work our way down the back straightaway 48 of Dylan Blackburn is going to be leading the field in turn number 3. The 2W and the 48 are going to make contact there in 3. As the 48 of Dylan Blackburn is going to get there going to turn number 1. The 2W of AJ Williamson, he's right there. He's going to hit the inside berm, and those two there ended up splitting them as they go down into turn number 1. We're going to take another look at that one there as well, with AJ Williamson hitting that inside berm and splitting out right there in front of the 226 and the 69. See a little bit of contact there between those two as they got the restart there. The 2W comes in there and hits that inside berm and also makes contact with Dylan Blackburn, and the 141 makes contact with AJ. And we'll go back to your live portion of this race as and Dylan Blackburn in the 48 machine is going to be still out front with Carson Cherry now coming up into your second position with Mitch Menard in third. Joseph Groom, he's moved up in that 11 machine to fourth. AJ Williamson has moved back to your fifth position. And Tanner Blue is going to be your last car that's still out here running in the 141 in position number 6. They just received the rolled up green flag once again, and Dylan Blackburn in the 48 machine is going to be leading the field to the green once again, and we are over your halfway point here tonight as we work our way into turn number 3. The 48 Dylan Blackburn is going to come up. He's going to hit that lob hook and get us underway once again as he's going to get a good jump on Carson Cherry there down the front straightaway into turn number 1. We're going to go to your second place driver there. That's going to be the 226 of Carson Cherry, trying to get that top side groove going. He's going to look down low in 3 and 4 as Dylan Blackburn is running the top side, and Carson Cherry's found something there on the bottom. That's where he's made all of his passes at so far here tonight. And here comes the 2W of AJ Williamson. He's working on the bottom side of 1 and 2 as they work their way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. We're going to go back up to the front as 226 of Carson Cherry is getting that bottom side working once again, trying to get some momentum here and make the pass on Dylan Blackburn as Blackburn's going to run the bottom side. Here comes a slide job from AJ Williamson on Mitch as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. In third position, give it to AJ Williamson and the 2W here currently as Dylan Blackburn still maintaining the lead. Carson Cherry in second has moved up 5 spots so far. He's trying to get that top side working through 1 and 2. Now he's going to go down to the bottom in 3 and 4 as they work their way off of turn number 4. We do have 10 laps remaining here in your small car shootout race here at Huset Speedway. As the 48 of Dylan Blackburn still maintains the lead with Carson Cherry sitting there in that 226 in second. And right behind him is going to be the 2W of AJ Williamson. As the 2W of AJ Williamson is slowly rolling in the 226 of Carson Cherry. Also, Mitch Menard is right there in his 69 machine. 69 of Mitch is going to try to run the outside groove. And now we have a new leader here. That's going to be a battle here with the 226 and the 48. As the 226 going to work that middle of the top groove there as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 48 Dylan Blackburn, he's changed his lineup. He's going to go down low, slide up, and here comes the 226, cross him over and give the lead to Carson Cherry in the 226 as the 2W is going to be right there on the bumper of the 48 as they work their way through turn 1 and 2. Coming off turn number 2, Carson Cherry is going to be up high. The 48 of Dylan Blackburn is going to try to run that bottom side as they work their way off turn number 4. And off 4, we're going to still be side by side. This is Carson Cherry at the line. And next time around, we will have 5 fingers shown with 5 laps remaining as the 48 of Dylan Blackburn's got a better run there on 1 and 2 as they work their way through 3 and 4 at the line. This time around, give it to the 48 of Dylan. Correction there. It's going to be Carson Cherry right at the line there as the 48 and the 226 are running side by side. This is battle for the lead here in the last 5 laps as the 226 and Carson Cherry's coming down, pinching the 48 of Dylan Blackburn. And AJ Williamson was right there as well. We're going to take another look at it from Blackburn's perspective. going through 1 and 2 here, coming off turn 2, down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, the 226 comes right there and had nowhere else to go for with the 2W. And that's going to change some things there as Carson Cherry does own it to saying that's his fault as AJ Williamson and the 2W is going to take over the lead here with the 69 of Mitch Menard in second, the 141 of Tanner Blue in third as the pace truck does pull off there coming into turn number 3. Here's the 2W of AJ Williamson that can hit that level, and we're back underway for your small car shootout as AJ Williamson is going to get a good run there. The 69 of Mitch Menard, he's trying to get that bottom side. Here comes Dylan Blackburn once again. He's trying to get back in the podium position here as he's working the bottom side in 3 and 4, trying to pass Tanner Blue in the 141 as they work their way off turn number 2. I'm sorry, that's turn number 4. That's going to be right at your. Go back up to the front here. The 2W still maintaining the lead. As they work their way off of turn number 4, they're getting the popsicle sticks with 2 laps remaining here in your main event. Mitch in that 69 is trying to hold off his second. Hold off Dylan Blackburn in the 48 for a second as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Dylan Blackburn's going to look down low as they work their way off turn 4. Getting the white flag, we're going to be side by side for about a second here with Dylan Blackburn running the bottom side, Mitch running up top. They're going to be side by side coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Who's going to take home second here tonight? That's the 48 and Dylan Blackburn's running the bottom side through 3 and 4. Mitch is up top as they give the win to AJ Williamson, and Mitch got a better jump there off of 4, take home second. Dylan Blackburn in the 48 will round out your top 3. Carson Cherry, he came back and finished out in the 4th position. Joseph Groom will round out your top 5. Tanner Blue finishes 6th, and Jack Seriton rounds out the field here tonight for your small car shootout. And we're going to hear from your top 3 again. That's going to be AJ Williamson, Mitch Menard, and Dylan Blackburn. And the first one to hear from is going to be Dylan Blackburn. And Dylan, do you got a coffee, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a hard-fought battle there. You led majority of the race there, and then just bad chain of events there with you and Carson. I know that Carson apologized to you about it. How was the track tonight for once you all got racy there and trying to make passes and everything?
Track was great, man. Especially like through 3 and 4. It was you had 2 lanes you could choose from. They were both pretty fast. 1 and 2, it was really technical. You had to really slow down to hit that bottom. Uh, yeah, I think that the guys did a great job on the track state, and I had a lot of fun.
And after you and Carson got into it, you moved back to the 5th position, and you're battling out there with Mitch to try to get second away from him. What was your game plan whenever you went back to the back there after the incident, man?
I know I was gonna have to pick off like at least 1 car a lap, and we only had like 3-4 laps to go, so it was gonna be really tough. And after I made the mistake first or second corner after the restart, and I already there was no chance because AJ was decent through the whole race. Probably he wasn't like making big enough mistakes throughout the race, so I didn't really think I had any chance of getting to him. I was just hoping to get the furthest up that I could.
Yes, sir. And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Two fat guys for putting up these events. Majula Say Speed Shop, Fisher Butcher Media, and Mr. Smooth Race Reps.
Again, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight, and we'll hopefully catch you next time on the podium, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man. You have a good night.
You too.
And there you have it, your third place finisher, the 48 of Dylan Blackburn. Up next, we do have the 69 of Mitch. And Mitch, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, that was a crazy race there, and you just kind of maintain your positions and trying to battle it out. You're trying different things, trying to go to the top side, trying to go to the bottom. Where did the car feel better for you at here, especially whenever the track was slicking off?
Definitely top in 3 and 4, and then bottom in 1 and 2 because it was just so rough near the top in 1 and 2 that I could hardly keep keep the wheel in my hands.
Yes, sir. And it seemed like the way to make a pass would be doing a slide job there, or even the cut down line. I try to catch up to you back there with everything moving through the field, but I didn't know. I don't know if you made any passes like that or not. I've seen someone throw a slide job on you. Uh, how were
Yeah,
you making the passes back there to kind of reiterate to the fans there?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really recall making many passes, if any. I maintained my position for the most part, and anytime I had a challenger, it just seemed like they clipped the berm just enough to bring their car around, or with Blackburn there, he got past me a couple times, and I was just, I stayed up top and let them go, let them do their thing. I did my thing because I did what was working for me at the time, and then I started to experiment a little bit, and I found something when, there were 3 cars ahead of me, and then they had their little incident, and 2 of them went to the back, and then it was just, you know, I'm on his tail for the rest of it.
Yes, sir. And one last question here for you. Whenever the incident between AJ and Dylan happened there on that restart, how did you and Carson both avoid that wreck there as they spun out right there in front of you?
Uh, I just kind of jabbed the brakes and went to the right a little bit. I'm not really sure what Carson did, but I was just trying to make sure I didn't get caught up in it, and I was lucky enough. I don't know if there was a hair between us or a whole bus, but I definitely missed it.
Yes, sir. And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Carson for sure. He's fat guy number 2, obviously, and we try to put on some good racing for you guys. Got to thank you, Donnie, of course. Doing the broadcasting and everything. You do a phenomenal job, and you have been extremely helpful to 2 fat guys over this previous season. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to give a little shout out to my lady friend here.
Yes, sir. Can't forget about her.
That's right.
Again, congratulations on finishing out second here tonight, and hopefully next time we catch you on the podium. And yeah,
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
you too, man. And there you have it, Mitch Menard in the 69 machine. And up next would be AJ Williamson in the 2W. And AJ, do you got a copy?
Yep, I'm here, bud.
Hang on. And come home with a victory here tonight for the small car shootout. Congratulations on that part of it. Um, you and Dylan were putting on a show, and you had to come back through the field again. Whenever you're running second there behind Dylan, how were you? what were you trying to do to make the pass there on changing up your lines and everything for the track state here tonight?
I was just moving around trying to find where the most grip was, and it seemed to be for me completely getting the left sides on the bottom. So I was just trying to make sure I hit my marks and kept the left side tires as close to that berm as I possibly could, and as little as throttle as I possibly could use.
And the track did kind of slick off a little bit there. Um, did that play a factor as well, trying to run that middle groove with the slicked off part?
Yeah, there was really no speed there in the middle with how slicked off it turned out to be. You either had to full throttle the top or really baby the bottom.
And then you had to come back through the field there one time there. How did you end up coming back through the field there on the positions of the track to make the passes?
I just wicked it up a little bit. Figured I would drive a little. I was driving pretty conservative at the beginning, trying to stay in the front, and then once I got moved to the back, I just drove to my marks, but a little bit further, and just tried using a little less throttle was really what got me through the field. Midway through the race, I noticed that the less throttle I used, and then rolled the throttle all the way to the center of the corner. I was barely hardly ever even getting to full throttle.
And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to, man?
I got a buddy I race with that helps me a lot, MB Motorsports, and I'd like to give a shout out to Rev Up Energy, One Type Customs Powder Coating, WCAM Drag Slot Cars, and the wife for not getting mad at me for doing this right now.
And you always got to give a shout out to the wife. I know I made that mistake once. I won't let anyone on this broadcast to never give a shout out to the wife or fiance or whatever. As we always do want to see you here again on Right Rear Racing. Once again, man, congratulations on taking home the win
Yeah.
for the small car shootout. And hopefully we catch you next time on the podium here.
All right, Donnie, I appreciate it, and I look forward to doing more races with you guys.
Yes, sir.
This is actually my first one.
Oh, that's always a good one. That first one to come home with the win, man.
Yeah, totally. Thank you again.
Yep. Thank you, sir. You have a good night.
You too.
And there you have it. Your top 3 finishers of the night. Again, AJ Williamson, then the 2W, Mitch Menard, and the 69, and the 48 of Dylan Blackburn. Carson Cherry in his 226, he moved back up to 4th. Joseph Green rounds out your top 5. Tanner Blue in the 141 finishes in 6th, and Jack Seriton in the 6 machine rounds out the field. Thanks for joining in here tonight for your small car shootout presented by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. And again, tomorrow we will be going live for the last week of February presented by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. Starting at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then we're also going to go live on Monday on Tuesday for your Micro Sprint Hub iRacing League. Thanks for joining in, and catch us next time.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Right rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed with the throttle wide open and a need for speed. tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Alright, we're racing, we